Why is it doing that? Oh, turn the camera around. Here we go. That's it. Exactly, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, exactly. That's right. Nobody knows Arabic except these guys. All right, welcome everybody to TOEFL's first debate. Marijuana should be legalized in the state of Texas for any purpose, recreational.
It's not going live.
medicinal.
It's not going live.
It's not going. Oh, thank you. Let's take a look here.
No.
Yeah, it's a bit of a delay, but it should work. It should be going. Someone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See. You heard me? Yeah, there
I
you
got
go.
it.
Right, good. Marijuana should be legalized in Texas for any purpose. That's gonna annoy me. You can turn my volume down. Thank you. This team over here is gonna argue for it. They're gonna have a total of 7 minutes to start making their points. At which point, no one is gonna make a comment. No one. So this is gonna be a rhetorical activity, right? In fact, this can be rather passionate. Oh, thank you. I'm connected to Wi-Fi. All right.
Connect to the top one. Don't cut to the north one.
No, it's okay. Whether we get it or not, it's okay. I'm not going to deal with that. You'll have 7 minutes to make your case. So come on up here. And yeah, all right. And anytime you want. Yes, that's right. Give them a warm applause. That's good.
Oh shit.
Great start. Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Hi everyone.
Okay, so I would start that so we all know before anti-happy people named marijuana as a drug because these people don't want us to live a regular ruled life. They don't want us to be better in it. So medical marijuana used to be used for medical purposes before these guys came into place. It's God's gift. It has no chemicals. It has no additional drugs added. It's just a plant which grows naturally. It's just for us to smoke. So God made everything for a reason, as you all know, and made weed for us to smoke. So there are a lot of benefits for us to use weed as. The first one is it kind of reduces the chronic pains such as back pain, migraines, and nerve damages as well. About 25 million adults in America are leading to disability because of these chronic pains. So if you use medical marijuana, there you go. This can help about 1 million. Even if it's helping 1 million out of 25 million, that's a big number. The second point I would like to make is that it helps reduce the drug addiction and alcoholism. As we all know, that we have lost a lot of people we loved because of alcohol and because of the drug addictions. So marijuana is not a drug. It's just a alternate for it. And the third point I would like to make is that it helps people who are going through depression, stress, and disorders, and especially the social anxiety. It helps us to overcome those things and kind of makes us a better being. The fourth and the most best point I want to make here is that I lost my uncle I lost it because he had cancer, and I just came to know that cancer can kill some types of marijuana can kill some types of cancer, and it actually reduces pretty much a lot of types of cancer as well. It kind of stops us to spread. So I would actually use marijuana if I had cancer. And the fifth point I would like to make is that the best one, which we all use it for, it helps us to have a good time. Like if you're out with friends, we don't want to get involved with drugs. We don't want to be an alcoholic. We just go for weed. And the fifth point, the last point I want to make here is that why do you think California, Alabama, Alaska, and states like that have legalized marijuana? They actually came to realize that it's actually helping us people, and they're actually making money out of the taxes they put on weed as well. Like recently, they put Canada actually legalized marijuana in all of their country as well. So they're making money out of it as well because they know people cannot stop us for having something that we are kind of enjoying and it helping us as well. So matter of fact, just make money out of it. Government kind of gave up to it. They don't want us to suffer more. So I would say that marijuana is actually good for us and it should be legalized by all the states, actually all over the world.
Okay, cool. So you still have 3 minutes, you want to leave it at that? Okay, you're finished with that one? Okay, fair enough. Cool, thank you. All right. So, that was the initial opening arguments for the agree side. Now, the disagree will have 7 minutes to present their case. Oh, survey, I'm sorry, I didn't give you, you have it. Okay, here we go. All right. And she has 7 minutes. And anytime you want, Carol, go ahead.
Okay, our group disagrees with this policy because people say that marijuana doesn't affect the health, but the U.S. Drug Abuse National Institute proved that it really hurt and affect the health, especially mental health, because distort perception of reality. Our classmate said that it is not a drug, but how is not going to be a drug? It really alter the senses. So distort perception, it became in a loss of memory, learning ability, lack of motor coordination, disorientation, inability to think clearly, or it affects cognitive abilities. And also, when these illness or these sickness affect the brain, it became in sickness as depression, or sometimes gives anxiety and paranoia. So mental hospitals in all around the world, not just Texas, are full of people sick with these mental illness that begin with the consumption of marijuana. Second point, that if in a future the marijuana is legalized, the government has to compete with the product of the black market already has, so they have to enhance the product. This means that it has to be more addictive, it has to be more strong. So maybe the brain is not going to support all these reactions that the marijuana have. And the third point is that if now the government is incapable of controlling narcs and drug dealers with all its resources, how is going to control a bunch of people that is going to have this marijuana or this product? I think many countries in this moment legalized the marijuana, but they have a background of education, of many types of pre-knowledge about the product that maybe give the people the option to don't do it. You know, like, but now in our society, the adolescent or our young adults I think are not prepared to receive this policy. And okay, and also there is a factor that it says that allowed marijuana is going to, it is directly to free development of personality, but is more important if it is a common benefit to don't do it. That's it.
Okay, that's it done? Okay. All you, the team is just gonna do, yeah, give her a hand, everybody. Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, everybody sleeping here?
Okay, so that team has had 7 minutes to make their opening remarks. This team has had their opportunity to make their 7 remarks. Now is opportunity to address some of the counter arguments that you made. 5 minutes, you'll have to come up here, and you can use your 5 minutes however you want. Be more than one person speaking.
Can we get 2 minutes to prepare for that?
I will give you 1 minute. How's that?
There you go. I just want to.
It's okay. I did it during level 8. I'll do the same for you. Yeah. I'll do the same for you. Oh, you gotta be going. We're relieved. You guys think that you were worried about for so long. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay. That's great. Okay. Hold on. Tell you what, you're on camera here. There you go.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, I'm here in favor of marijuana to be legalized. As my friend, she talked about that it shouldn't be legalized, and she gave certain examples, certain points, which I think is irrelevant. According to me, she said that taking marijuana, consuming marijuana a lot is harmful. Yes, anything consuming a lot is harmful. Even example, a sugar, if you have a lot of sugar, it is harmful. So it doesn't mean that we will be banning consuming the sugar. So, and I would like to say that marijuana is not a drug. It's just a plant. It's made up of leaves, and it's just a simple leaves and stem. And she said that marijuana trafficking, like marijuana selling and purchasing, increases mafia and drug dealers. But if you see the other side of this, if the government start making the weed without adding the chemicals and making it as a drug, it will be beneficial for the government, because it will be legalized, it will be sold easily in the market, and there will be no black marketing on that, and in that way we can stop the drug peddlers or drug dealers into our community. And the last point is that as it gets legalized, it will benefit the society, because it does not increases anxiety, but it prevents people to get out from the depression and anxiety, as well as it helps in many chronic diseases like arthritis, some kind of severe chronic pains. This particular weed helps the patient to get relief when they are in great pain. And finally, the government will make more money, and it will be beneficial for the society at last. Thank you very much.
Is that it? You all want to make? Okay. 2 minutes left. Okay. Now at this point, the team that disagrees is going to have a chance to address some of the points that they made and counter it. 5 minutes. I gave that team about a minute to get your thoughts together. Did you all need some time to get your thoughts together? Or I'll give you all about a minute and then we'll start with you. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. And
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Marijuana should not be actually legalized because it is highly addictive. Studies show up to 1 in 10 users develop dependence over time. Stopping marijuana use can lead to withdrawal symptoms like anxiety and irritability. Over half the 7.3 million people classified with illicit drug dependence or abuse in the United States of America are hooked on weed. Making it legal will mean more people will use it, including youngsters, and more people will become addicted. Legalized marijuana won't stop the drug gangs. They will just see profits boosted as it leads to more users and more addicted. Just look at Amsterdam, where the liberal pop culture has spawned social problems from muggings to prostitution and hard drug use. The authorities there have been tightening restrictions. Research shows that heavy pot smokers are several times more likely than non-users to commit violent crime. Smoking marijuana contains cancer-using compounds, so it's actually drug. I have finished my debates. My friends will come up with some other point. Thank you.
All right. 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes total.
You want to say now or the last? Do I have to wait for it?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Well, would you prefer? Yes, you do have to go.
Oh,
Yes.
you can.
What would you prefer not to be on video? Do you care?
It's okay, not a
Okay,
problem.
that's fine. That's not the issue.
I think you will get a girlfriend.
Yeah, I hope so. You hear me?
You hear me?
Hello guys.
Hello.
I would like to clarify what my friend told and how marijuana affects our brain. And there are some effects which is physical, like such as breathing problem, and irritates the lungs, and it means that you will not able to use your lungs in your future. And second, for me the most important one is short-term and long-term effects for brain. Okay, how marijuana affect our brains? Marijuana quickly passed from lungs to the brain with the chemicals reactions. And these chemicals play a role normal brain development and function, such as alterate senses and difficulty with thinking and problem solving, and hallucinations. I don't know. Yeah. Hallucinations. Yeah. And long-term effects. When people begin using marijuana as teenager, they affect their IQ and their memory, their learning functions. And there are 2 examples that has been proved by some university. Let me read. First one is New Zealand conducted that people who started smoking marijuana heavily in their teens and had an ongoing marijuana use disorder lost an average of 8 IQ points between age 13 and 38. The most mental abilities didn't fully return in those who quit marijuana as adults. I mean, if you start marijuana as your teenager, it's when you lost something in your brain, it's not gonna come back. When you, even if you stop smoking marijuana. And I would like to answer Mr.
Ask you.
Ali,
Time's up. Maybe you save it for the 2
Okay.
minutes at the end, okay?
Okay.
Understand. Give me a hand, everybody. Yeah, okay, cool. At this point, well, first of all, I gotta say, I think everybody, prepared, is prepared with very specific and clear, points that you all made. I appreciate both sides bringing in some research, not just your anecdotal evidence. I think you brought up your statistic about 25% of people suffer from chronic pain, and you folks are citing a lot of research about the effects of things that are happening in Amsterdam. So, as a teacher, I'm going to say that I appreciate that point specifically, and everybody's kind of listening to the other side, addressing what they're saying. You folks have 2 minutes. You can use it however you wish. You can use it just to summarize your main point again, try to persuade the people out there. By the way, everybody out here, were you filling out that survey?
Yeah.
You're not voting for which one you agree with, necessarily. You're voting for which one you think made the best case, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so you folks will have 2 minutes to use however you
I'll
wish.
take 1 minute to kind of challenge the points they make, and then
You will have a Q&A at the end where we get to talk freely back and forth, but you're welcome to use the 2 minutes however you wish.
Okay, good. You can go for the.
Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Ahmad. Yeah, I promise. Well, we'll talk about it with the great one. Okay. Here we go. 2 minutes, sir. So you just hold.
Start.
It's okay, man. Yeah.
Thanks.
He's gotta use his hands.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all.
Good afternoon.
So, okay, you spend.
Over the year, marijuana has increasingly been prescribed and used for a variety of medical needs, including pain relief, but its use remains controversial in the United States. It is classified as a class I control substance, which makes it illegal. I mean, which makes it illegal.
Did you find him on?
You're outside.
I got it. I heard it.
Okay, so under the federal law, drugs in this category are deemed to have a high
Yeah, you would have come up part of it. It's okay, Ahmad. I know. I get it.
That's good, I
I would actually like to address a couple of points. The first one is that the first one they made that marijuana leads to addiction. First of all, what studies? And second of all, personal experience tells that I've been smoking weed since teenage and I'm not addicted, and I'm proud to say that. Second of all, Amsterdam, it has weed legal, yet it has less crime than Texas. And the third is that Amsterdam has prostitution legal, but it has nothing to do with, it's just a European culture. They kind of praise prostitution, nothing to do with weed. Third, IQ level, as my friend here stated that people who smoke weed has less IQ. Snoop Dogg, Seth Rogen, people in Hollywood industry, the most creative people, they've been smoking weed and they don't have a less IQ. So I don't think that any of the points here were valid.
Okay, fair enough. Give me a hand. Yeah, good one. Rapid fire. Nice delivery. Yeah, whether or not we did.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Okay, we come back again to the point that as individuals, and as you said, you have been smoked during your whole life and nothing happened with you, and opposite to this, my brother smoked marijuana during his whole childhood and adolescence, and he went to a mental hospital because it's proved that marijuana lowers the lithium in the brain, and this gives the opportunity to the brain to damage permanently, as my partner said, and he suffered of depression and persecution all the time. He felt that he didn't went to this hospital for a long time, but it really affects the marijuana. It really affects his mental health for the rest of his life. And it's, as you said, individuals free development of the personality. For you is good. How about for other people that really affects and their brain are not as strong as yours. We treat marijuana as an inoffensive plant, but we can do any more of these because a big portion of the people is highly affecting their senses, their bodies, their lungs, their for heart diseases, and also the drug dealers are there, and they are going to be there even though we legalize everything because they found strategies and ways to enhance their ways to work, you know, like with everything they do. And also,
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the last thing.
Okay.
It's your time's up, okay.
okay, and also the marijuana gives the opportunity to people to consume another hard drugs. So,
That's interesting. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Yay. Yeah. Ever heard of the next person? That's called a gateway drug. Gateway drug. Yeah, that's. I think that you were trying to say that. First of all, yeah, let's give both teams a hand for presenting and preparing. And now I'm going to open up the audience. You have a chance to either make a comment, ask a question of either side. Who that is? Oh, okay. Here. No, it's fine. Here you go. Yeah, sure. Who over here wants to make a comment or enter a question? Now you. If not, let's all think about it, and I'll let you guys ask each other questions if that also works.
Okay, he's coming with a question.
Okay, here we go.
John, question.
So you wanted to address them and
Question.
directly? Okay. No, and if you guys want to ask something, you can
Question.
welcome to also. Yeah. Go right ahead. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
do I ask a question?
Yeah.
I have
Charles is ready with a comment if he wants.
Yeah.
A question or-
No, it's a question.
Asking though.
Go ahead, sir. Yeah. Who do you want to address it to? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys say you should what's it? Legalize. So thank you. Marijuana, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, how you gonna control the side effect for the marijuana, and how you can control if you legalize marijuana?
Mhm.
People who is gonna make like a
Who can misuse it?
black market for
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Okay. Black market or misuse?
Yeah,
Two
both
of
of them. Yeah.
Well, okay. So
Side
first of
effects.
all, marijuana doesn't have any side effects. It doesn't. But the side effects are gonna happen if you are kind of using it. You're taking an overdose of it. Everything, even as my friend here stated, if you're eating a lot of sugar, you're gonna end up with a lot of sugar in your body, and it's harmful for you as well. Does that mean that we would have to ban sugar? No. Legalizing marijuana, I don't mean that it should be available for underage people to smoke. People, obviously, even Texas, if you have to be 18 plus to even smoke a cigarette.
Yep.
So maybe make it over 21. So if you're 21 and over, you know what's bad for you and what's not good, what's good for you as well. So I know I'm a grown up. I know that I need to take a limit. I know my limits. Like I can smoke a blunt, a two, maybe something like that. I don't need to go over that because it's gonna be harmful for me. So first of all, marijuana doesn't has any side effects. Overdosing has. The second of all, black market, as my friend here stated. Okay, so drug lords are making money out of what? Marijuana. People have been importing drugs from out of states or out of America. I know that it's been grown in America as well, but let's address drug lords, which comes out of the states. So how do we stop them? Not buy from them. If you don't buy from them, who do we buy it from? Government. If you buy from government, where's the money going? Who is it going to benefit? Us. So,
Sometimes, yeah. Okay, fair. Anybody over here want to address anything that he just pointed out there? Anybody?
Yeah, agree on that.
I'm wondering if it has, that's actually a good point, Mr. Lee. Anybody here, you certainly seem like you were sincere. You got to choose the topic you agree with, right?
Exactly. Carol here said that her brother was
Addicted.
I know she shared that he started to smoke in childhood. I mean, when he was like 15 and 16, maybe. See, that's not the age to smoke marijuana. You gotta be at least 18 and over because people in like the low 18, they just take it as a fun. They just keep smoking day and night. You don't use it. You don't use it like that.
So you're in favor of restrictions and age restrictions, but not banning 100%?
Go ahead, Mitzi.
That's the point. I mean, if we legalize this, it's going to be worse. Because many children start to smoking or to consume any kind of drugs since they are really young. And the marijuana wasn't legalized in my country. Because there are countries like mine that is full of drugs. So this is going to be worse. And I say this because my own experience in my country, that everybody knows that is the bigger export for the mayor or the big amount of marijuana and other drugs to all around the world. And how you said that these profits are going to go to the government, but this doesn't mean anything, because tobacco and the taxes that going from the tobacco to the government are destined for what? Where are these things? People still, and I think the cancer from smoking tobacco is the biggest cause of deaths of people.
Yet the cigarettes are legal, which cause cancer, and marijuana, which kind of prevents cancer, is illegal.
So it's like this way.
Go ahead.
Isn't legal or illegal? Legal or illegal? If you want to smoke, you'll go out and you'll get it from anywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So it's like the government has made the rules like 18 or 21. They have the rule. They can make a rule for marijuana, but it's up to our parenting. It's up to our society, up to our school. How do we control our children? It's up to us.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Once in a blue moon.
I have a question to all. First, we don't claim that cigarette also should be legalized. So that's not the point that you can strike us. So why don't we fight with marijuana instead of using beneficial?
Marijuana.
Instead of using beneficial side for economy, because if you stop selling that product, it means we prevent some tax. How can I say? Tax benefits. We can block the illegalized selling of marijuana.
Yeah.
That's why
you're actually making a point for us.
It's like legalizing the marijuana. It means that it is easy to get. Everybody can get easily. Now it's not because it's illegal.
Yeah. And
So
what about the
that's-
fake IDs?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on here, man.
No, but fair enough. He has a fair point. I mean, just imagine marijuana being available at Walgreens or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, the cigarette there is a age restrictions. But if you see that the people is buying, still the underage people is buying,
Cigarettes.
Yeah, cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because it is easy.
it's
Everyone
freely
can get
available.
it.
It's freely available.
But
That's not-
marijuana is not available, so even the youngster want to buy, they
they can't buy it, and it's expensive.
Yeah, I'll tell you,
yeah, it's expensive. They can't even afford it.
It seems hard for people who do not smoke marijuana to get it hard. Trust me. You stop at a sign, you see someone with a jacket, you give them a $10, you get a 2 grams in your pocket.
Yeah, that's when you have to.
The second thing, that's what we want to stop. I'm not against marijuana. We're talking here about legalizing, so the people who are selling it under the table should not earn more than what they're selling. Second point, as my friend here stated that cancer is caused by smoking, yet there are age restrictions on cigarettes, but people still are smoking it as well. So why something which causes cancer is legal and you can buy it if you're 21 above,
marijuana also still contains like cancer-causing compounds.
No, nicotine doesn't have a nicotine in it.
Marijuana is
On-
actually used. Okay,
Or
so
medicine.
are we stating that all medical, like when the newest doctors or the medical, like I would say the early medicinal people were using marijuana and everything for treating anxiety, they use it to treat, as I stated earlier in my opening point, that it was used to reduce migraines, used to reduce chronic pains like back pains and stuff like that, and anxiety as well. It
When
was
you have a
used to
medicine
reduce
for
before-
back pain and the other
So I'm
pain,
not
why you
saying
should
that-
not use that medicine? Why
Okay.
you are encouraging like
Yeah.
marijuana when it
because
is affected?
because modern medicine has more side effects than marijuana. Marijuana doesn't has any side effects. Overdose of marijuana has side effects. That's my point.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's right.
someone does overdose.
Overdose of anything has a side effect. Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
overdose of alcohol, you're dead. Overdose of drugs like
The medicine.
cocaine and stuff, you're dead. Overdose of marijuana, you're gonna sleep for 2 days and you don't even know what it is.
So you don't die.
Yeah.
You don't die.
That's an interesting, right, so there's two things that are up for debate here. Does marijuana prevent cancer, and does an overdose of marijuana cause you to die? I mean, I think you guys are saying, no it doesn't, yes it does, kind of thing. But I mean, the connection with marijuana and cancer is that I think it suppresses the side effects of chemotherapy.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
makes chemotherapy easier, but I don't think it
But-
prevents cancer
But
necessarily.
where, where it goes the smoke that you smoke to your lungs, and that cause cancer too. So it's not that you don't have any effect. Maybe it has some effects, and some people is more vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Let's make it
Vulnerable.
That's pretty
So
vulnerable.
if I'm having sleeping disorders and I cannot sleep, I went to a doctor, he kind of prescribed me sleeping pills, alright? What would you prefer, sleeping pills or marijuana?
Sleeping pills.
Fair enough, okay.
Sleeping pills can kill you. I'm not an overdose, it can
Well,
kill
it
you.
mixed with alcohol, yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
you are doctor.
Rohan, I think you had a question. Rohan, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah,
You had a question?
there's no make any sense like sleeping pills or marijuana. Like he's saying that doctor suggesting sleeping pills, it means he's doing something wrong. Like he don't have to, right? You said
What?
you said marijuana. You said marijuana.
I'm having sleeping disorders.
Oh, so you doctor suggesting you sleeping pills.
Yep.
You don't want that, right?
No.
Because it's
Yeah, you
addicted
want
to
marijuana.
That's why.
No,
Yeah.
sleeping pills are
That's the
addictive.
reason,
My
like-
father is addicted to sleeping pills.
You
So-
give him marijuana.
I mean,
Yeah. So you want to say is doctor don't know, right? Doctor don't know his job.
Okay. Zihan, you have the floor. sir. Go ahead.
yeah, so you say that it would help the government and increase the taxes, but if you legalize marijuana, you're definitely encouraging people to consume marijuana.
Exactly.
And they will be spending more
Yeah.
and
On
losing their own money and giving to the government to do something else.
Yeah.
It won't help, it won't be
I'm
helping.
gonna encourage more marijuana. Okay, fair enough. So,
He wants to answer.
that's a good point. Fantastic. You want to say something? Awesome.
At last, finally.
Finally.
You're doing it anyway though. Yeah, but,
So, even you legalize it,
yeah,
You are here.
yeah, but if you legalize it and then you're paying a certain amount, you can still sell it under the table by selling it in the less.
But the
That's
money
prices.
that government gets, maybe, I'm not saying that, it's used for our own better, that's
mean,
not the
it's
debate here.
hypothetical.
Maybe it can come to our benefit, but the money going under the table to the drug lords, crime is being,
Yeah,
so
but
what do you,
it will still be going on under the table. They'll just decrease their prices and still sell it. It's not gonna vanish.
it's not gonna vanish, it might take a while, but
I mean,
it
it
will
might.
vanish.
It's
See, we
Okay.
cannot make
Um,
any big
I'm sorry, did you want to,
All right, fine.
Actually, this is an interesting question. Is there such a thing as black market alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there in India.
It's in the.
In India, it's there.
It's
black
going,
market.
I think this is,
In Pakistan.
because at one point it was illegal in the United States, and now it's not,
No,
but.
but the black market alcohol is
In
it's something
Pakistan.
different. No, but it's different. The product which is sold in the in the shop,
Right.
it's different product, and which you get in the black market, it's completely different product. It's not what you call authentic product.
Yeah,
In terms
It's
of
dangerous,
import,
yeah.
it's made of some bad water or something.
No,
but
maybe it's the same, but the process is.
They just-
Yeah, the
it
process is
not
different.
It's not the same.
no
as
filtration,
the-
nothing. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no
So
regulation.
weed is growing from earth. We put some seeds in it. We
But-
put water.
Okay, but the,
Okay.
that is
It-
the point.
it doesn't
What
mean you can- you
don't
can-
know.
Everything is edible that Earth gives us.
No.
It pretty much is.
That-
God does
that is-
everything for a reason.
Yes, that is not the point. Maybe you're right when you say when you said that is natural, but you don't know if drug dealers are going to add
Yeah.
some
Good.
substance
Good.
that you don't know that it's going to
Yes, ma'am.
make the
Body.
how do you say? I mean the sensation better.
Yes, ma'am.
And people is going to prefer to buy to the drug dealers to the state that is a lower
Category.
sensation
Yeah.
effect. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So that is where our sense of good and health comes in. Like I'm not actually arguing about what kind of weed will get me more high. I'm kind of debating about
But-
legalizing marijuana. So the drugs, as you told me, that people, drug lords will add some chemicals in it, and they will sell the harmful weed to us.
Mhm.
That's what I'm trying to prevent.
Yeah, but it's,
I'm trying.
for example, in my college, I had a lot of friends that smoked, and they were really good. Its brain or their brain is really smart and sharp and
Yeah.
intelligent,
Yeah.
but it wasn't sufficient with a lower amount as they begin smoking. They needed a big amount of marijuana.
More and more.
Yeah.
More and more and more.
As time goes
And
on.
if they didn't smoke during the whole day, they didn't feel the same, you know? Like the body asked for more.
Yeah.
That
It
is,
never
and
happened to me though.
that is the point of our
Yeah.
group.
Personal
You
experience.
are
It's not
Indian.
consumption.
You are still young, my
it's-
friend.
Since I moved to
Let it
Texas,
go like
I haven't smoked.
5 years, then you will realize. Still you are,
The
still you
human
are.
body always go
young
around
person.
more and
Yeah.
more.
I mean,
Yeah.
they will
After 5 years,
smoke a lot.
Okay, so
You
the
remember
whole-
this
We're
debate.
missing the point.
Yeah.
The point is to legalize marijuana. The point is not to emphasize the usage and the consumption of marijuana. A lot of people right now, since smoking is legal, a lot of people know, and they know that smoking is not good for their health. I don't smoke tobacco. Why? Because I know
So,
I know that it's not good for my health, and I have been brought up by my parents, by my school teachers. I see the signs everywhere. Even the cigarettes tells that it's injurious for your health. So the point is not about consumption or what, consumption. Like weed should be legal, and people should be they should teachers or schools, they should be teaching people, or not even schools. I would say that. Rehabs or stuff like that. They should teach people that you should use the limited amount of weed, because more is going to be harmful for you. Like any other substance, man-made or God-made, can be harmful for you as well.
This will go on and go on. So
We're good, really go on. Okay, I thought y'all were very, very thorough. I can say of all the interesting things, you brought an interesting thing. I was surprised to hear there'd be an interesting competition there. So, okay, I'll send everybody. Oh, I'll take your survey. Okay.
Marijuana is good.
Hey, both the debates are tomorrow. Both the rest of them are tomorrow. So we're right away. Thank you. Good. All right.
Everybody.
There's still classes going on, so be quiet. Okay, thank you guys. Bye. Have a good one.
you know what?
All right, very good.
Thank you.
I know.